when we're creating these and you have something tangible in your hands or you can see with your eyes, and you can see that, if the market only does this, and we're adding in all the other variables too that could happen, not all, but right variables that could happen where market dips come into play or whatever comes into play, we can take all that, Tony, and say, this is where you stand. If the market does poorly, this is where you stand. If the market does well, this is where you stand. What we want to do is try to build something that levels out the peaks and valleys in retirement. We're going to have peaks and valleys. You're going to have them with your own personal life, and the market's going to have them with its own personal life, right? The broad markets. There's always going to be the peaks and valleys, but how can we level that out and then less stress? Make your money last longer. And whether or not you want to try to bounce your last check, you don't know when that last check's going to have to be written. That's the problem, right? We don't want to write it too early. Or we plan for that legacy side. And then what's left over after taxes, and how do the kids or whoever's getting this money, how do they get it with the least amount of taxes paid? What's Nebraska inheritance taxes, for instance? If I don't have any kids and it's all going to a friend, it's a lot more. If it's going to kids, and anything over $100,000 is 1%. That's the lowest. That's the Nebraska inheritance tax. Do you have a federal inheritance tax plan or issue problem? An issue?